Hey, what's happening, everybody? Brett Mix here, Macho Wrestling 101. Hit like and subscribe if you like my channel. We talk classic wrestling, a bunch of history of wrestling every day. I pump out videos. Plus, I do Raw reviews, Smackdown reviews, live pay-per-view reviews like this. So if that is your forte, please hit like and subscribe. It would help me out. I'm trying to build the channel, and I really appreciate it. Alright, tonight, let's get to it. It's Smackdown from October 20th, 2023, live from San Antonio, Texas, the hometown of one Shawn Michaels. We get a video package of last week with LA Knight and Roman Reigns and the build so far for their Crown Jewel match that we will learn on this broadcast is a thing. They run the replay and we begin the Smackdown with Paul Heyman in the ring. Heyman goes to talk about how Uso cost Jay and Cody the tag team championship, and now it's with where it belongs with the Judgment Day. Heyman said, "Have you heard the other news that the LA Times broke?" And he was a little bit slow at getting to it, but he said Roman will defend the title at Crown Jewel against LA Knight. He goes on about being a fan of LA Knight. Fans chant for him as Heyman says he's going to get smashed by the tribal chief. Really? Well, it's Friday night and I'm reviewing SmackDown, and I too wish I could get smashed, Paulie. Anyway, LA Knight's music does hit. He does come to the ring and stands face to face with Heyman, saying he doesn't want Heyman, he just wants Reigns. Then he calls him back, so apparently he does want him. Tells him he will put a Michael Myers on his ass and keep coming back until he gets that WWE title. Yeah. Next up, Escobar of the LWO takes on Ford of the Profits. Some good high spots in this one, back and forth. High kicks to Escobar, then a huge hurricane run off the top. Escobar with a double axe handle to Ford. Dawkins on the outside rams him into the ring post. Escobar leaves Dawkins, then catches out in a roll up, and Ford grabs the tights for the win out of nowhere. After the match, they assault him, and then Carlito comes running into the ring with a chair with a LOW shirt on. This means war, I guess, for them. Next up, after that segment, we had John Cena come to the ring. Fans chant, "Thank you, Cena," and Cena says, "You have no idea what that means to me." An emotional Cena talks about retirement and how long it's been since he's had a win. "You still got it," chants come up for the crowd, and he says how long it's been since he's got a win. Why does it seem like one of these fake retirement promos are happening it's like a cheap way to get heel heat? Seth Rollins did this Monday Night on Raw, and now Cena's doing it on SmackDown. It's that, oh, I'm almost retiring, but I'm not going to retire because I love it, and then the fans pop. It's kind of a cheap way to get heat. Anyway, Cena said he will beat whoever comes out next, and Solo Sikoa did, and he came ready for war. So they went back at it until Jimmy Uso came out and attacked him, until a guy dressed in black evened out the odds, who happened to be Jey Uso. Crowd went nuts for main event Jey Uso, as he got Jimmy and Sikoa off of Cena and helped Cena give an attitude adjustment. Backstage, Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce were having words about finding the Usos and who's running whose show. At least they care about who can show up now. I mean, at least there's that. They used to not even care. They show the history of Logan Paul's last fight, and then they show him coming out of a big vehicle, and then he comes to the ring. Calls out Mysterio. He came out and said he wasn't here for Ray, but he's ready to beat him in a match. He's been there, done that. However, Ray has the U.S. title, and that's what he wants, and he calls him a deadbeat dad. So he doesn't want Ray, but he wants the U.S. title, and since Ray has the U.S. title, he calls him out. And booyaka booyaka, out comes Rey Mysterio. He says he's like his son Dom, with a bright future and all the talent in the world, but has a big mouth, and he won't hesitate to whoop his ass at Crown Jewel. They then go to shake hands or not, and after about 3 minutes of Rey Mysterio looking to the left and right, he decides to shake his hand, and nothing really noteworthy comes from it. It was really a basic segment of let's build this U.S. title feud by saying, I want the title. No, you want the title. No, I want the title. Just formulaic stuff. Grayson Waller comes out with Austin Theory back from commercial break against Cameron Grimes and Dragon Lee. Basic tag match, some outside the ring work here with the teams. The tag match was chaotic with a bunch of high spots. Theory and Grayson all smiles when it's over after cheating to get the typical heel victory in this basic TV match. Next up, Kevin Owens sits down for an interview, talks about people who have punchable faces. Talks about how he's on the Smackdown brand and his interaction with other wrestlers. Nice little out of the ring, empty arena type segment. Good to get out of the comfort zone. Good to go up and broadcast that way. It was a nice little change up. Next up, we got the main event already. Charlotte, half an hour left on the show. We got Charlotte Flair and Io Sky for the women's title. Will Charlotte Flair become a 15-time champion? She goes for a leg sweep, and already we have a commercial just from a leg sweep, and the entrances and the title match being announced. That stuff happened too, but so far we just have a leg sweep by Charlotte Flair. She uses her acrobatics in this match. Flips when we come back from the commercial break. Charlotte Flair's been putting on a clinic, but how would we know about that when we just joined the match and they show no replays? So she's flexing the legs and bumping around, flipping over the turnbuckle. On the apron, she puts her boot up in the middle of the rope. She gets pushed to the floor, but then Io Sky went for a suicide dive, and then hits it. Then she went for a tornado DDT off the top apron, but Charlotte countered it, held Sky up in the air, and dropped her head on the apron. So that was a good comeback for Io Sky in the match. Just 4 minutes pass, and yet another commercial happens. So that's 2 commercials in the span of 7 minutes. Almost spent as amount of time in the ring as we have in commercial, which is they gotta book better, especially for their main event matches if they want to give them a half-hour time slot. Book these commercials. They used to do it back in the day. There's no reason they can't now. It's a 2-hour episode too. It's not 3 hours. They know they can do this, but they don't do it. It's on purpose. Sky runs to the corner with a double knee in the face of Flair. And this looks like it's a great match, but it's unfortunate we miss half of it, and they're not showing replays. Around they go, but I'll stop complaining about that now. Around and around they go. The modified crossface by Sky, a waistlock into a German suplex by Charlotte. Both ladies are down. Charlotte then gets in the war mode with her chops, and that'll always get chops, those woos, because they think of her dad. So that'll always pop the crowd. Charlotte always has that to lay back on. She hits a fall-away slam and then a vertical suplex. And then she goes to the ropes to hit a huge fall-away slam for the second rope all the way down to the canvas. A Boston Crab and a huge counter into a roll-up and a near fall by Io Sky out of the Boston Crab. Charlotte goes down on the knee and looks to Sky to capitalize. She hits a moonsault, and Charlotte with her knees up. After Io Sky went for the moonsault, Charlotte lifted her knees up, and then she hits a spear. Bayley then puts her leg on the rope after that near fall. Charlotte and Bayley go at it on the outside. Another spear by Charlotte, but Io uses the title, and Io steals the victory after that. Io Sky is champion at a TV time, including commercials, of just over 15 minutes. Well, pleasantly surprised Charlotte didn't win the title. I give the match 3.5 stars. Wish I could have seen more of it, but I'm not going to beat a dead horse. The EST, I should mention, came back at the end and evened up the odds, and Charlotte Flair's, for whatever reason, a babyface again. So Bianca Belair and Charlotte cleared the damage control, and they stood tall to end the show, even though Io Sky stole the gold, as Michael Cole would say. 5.5 out of 10. I'd rate this SmackDown basic show. Very formulaic. If you missed it, you wouldn't have missed much other than a good TV women's main event. So, that's it for October 20th, San Antonio, Texas, 2023. Friday Night SmackDown. I'm Brett Mix for Macho Wrestling 101. Hit like and subscribe for more. Thanks for joining me in this review, guys. We'll see you Monday night on Raw. I'm Brett Mix. That's my opinion. Till next time. And I'm out.